Hi again, Mum and Dad. I'm sorry that it's been quite a while since I've communicated with you. I'm sorry also for the anxiety and distress that my estrangement from you must be causing. I'd have hoped that your latter days would be filled with peace and joy and not conflict and heartache. That I'd be known to you as a son that makes you proud and brings you joy and not torment. That you'd know that you're loved and honoured, and that you'd know that you haven't laboured in vain throughout the years you've spent rearing and sacrificing for your children. There's a photo that keeps springing to my mind in recent months. It's that one taken of us as a family out the front of our home on Gruggett Island when I was a baby. I was being held in your arms, Mum, and you were looking down at me with such a look of contentment and serenity. And from the appearance in your face, it would seem that you were filled with such hopes and aspirations for what this child would one day become. Dreams that he'd have a good and fulfilling life, dreams that he'd be strong and healthy, dreams that he'd have friends that would stick with him, dreams that perhaps one day he too would find love, get married, and father children of his own. Dreams that he'd live an honourable life, leaving a legacy that would make you, his parents, proud. Dreams that he'd stand up for righteousness and that he'd follow in the footsteps of his parents, adhering to the ways of the God of his ancestors. In these recent months, it must have appeared to you as if those initial hopes and dreams for this child have been dashed. My revelation of being gay, my estrangement from you, my refusal to communicate with you, hardly characteristics of an honourable son that you would have envisaged in those early days. I've been trying to process your reaction to my revelation of being gay, and more importantly, your reaction to my disclosure of the journey that I've been on in coming to terms with my sexuality. Although I haven't communicated with you for some time, it's not because I'm feeling any sense of bitterness or unforgiveness toward you, but I am definitely feeling a sense of anger and frustration. However, I've wanted to be able to come to a place where my words are hopefully able to communicate grace and love and not condemnation. I'm aware that it must be very difficult to accept and come to terms with the revelation of my being gay, especially at this latter stage in your lives, and also given the religious teachings that you've adhered to so stringently in regard to this topic. However, my anger and frustration is that even after exposing myself to you and divulging the years of battling unsuccessfully to reorientate my sexuality, you'd still try and insist that I've made a choice to be gay, and that I need to regress to the old masquerading Victor, conforming myself to the image that you've created for me. In effect, I'm hearing you as saying that you can't accept me for who I've inherently been created to be. You're saying that that's not the son that we gave birth to. You're saying to me that you refuse to bless and affirm me as your son unless I regress to my old way of life and act as a deceiver, clothing myself with Esau's skin in order to obtain your blessing. Your remarks that I made a choice to be gay is a slight against my character, and it's an inference that I'm deluded and that I'm a liar. I'm frustrated on several occasions you've stated that you don't wish to receive any more educational or informative video clips relating to homosexuality. In effect, you're saying that you know all that there is to know regarding the issue, and that the matter is closed for conversation. I'm frustrated that you haven't wished to ask any questions and learn more, or to actually know me, the true me, even after hearing my story. It's like we're speaking two different languages. You want to talk to me about the weather and garden, and I'm communicating to you some of my most intimate feelings and experiences. And I think the thing that's angered me the most is the fact that you'll listen to the voices of others over and above that of your own son. Again, implying that I'm a deluded liar. Voices that are completely ill-informed on the topic, and voices that are maligning of the character of your son. You listen without questioning to those voices who, with their tactics of fear and intimidation, will claim that they're speaking as the oracle of God, and would tell you that a certain man has been raised up and anointed by God to lead a nation, a man who is 3 times divorced, a man who's completely immoral, who boasts of his sexual exploits, who incites hatred and division, who takes great delight in belittling others, who demonstrates none of the characteristics of Jesus. You listen to that, and yet you won't listen to the voice of your own son. This conflict is certainly not what I'd envisaged and hoped for with my opening up to you about my sexuality, especially given the current fragility of your health, Dad. I had actually hoped that one day you and me, Dad, might be able to go to the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras together. I had a picture in my mind of us in the parade together. Me pushing you in a wheelchair while we waved to the crowds, waving to all those people that Jesus loves, people with all their diversity who have been fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God. And I'll be there showing off my dad, the dad that I'm so proud of. The dad that has imparted to me so much, a love for adventure and all things exotic. The dad that has imparted to me his warm and jovial nature. And the dad that has always role modelled love and faithfulness in his relationship with Mum. With the vote on marriage equality coming up in a few months, you're once again going to have your hand forced to choose. If that means voting no on this issue, I do want you to know that I won't be upset. You've taught me to adhere to the constraints of my conscience. And of course, I'd expect you to do likewise in regard to this issue, without sense of fear or guilt. I do love you, Mum and Dad, and I want you to be able to enjoy your latter days, knowing that you are loved and honoured, and that your efforts in raising and nurturing this child have not been futile, and that you have not laboured in vain. I love you.